Greetings, fellow castle builders, and welcome back to Diplomacy is Not an Option. And it indeed is not an option. We are not going to negotiate with any lowly peasants. I am the king. And to that end, we have been working on castle number 3. So, at the end of the last video, things kind of went a little bit wrong. In fact, they went fairly awfully. We got raided by a large peasant army, and everyone died. Bar the peasants, of course, but I died as the king. So, we're on to take 3, and we've gone about things a little bit differently. This time, I thought it's time to dream big. And so we've been walling off rather a large area around my little kingdom. And actually, we've got on pretty well so far. I've been really trying to make use of all these choke points, trying to be a bit strategic about it, trying to bottle all these areas off. And secondly, been making use of the old crossbow, which, as it turns out, is quite a lot better than the ordinary non-crossed bow, the straight bow, and is actually, a lot more effective. So we've now been recruiting crossbows a lot more regularly and sticking some of them in the towers. Still making use of things like the trebuchets, although we've not got that many of them placed down yet. Just starting to get a few in place. Got one going in over here as well. But we've currently got 2 major problems, both of which you may have already noticed. One, a large hole, which is a problem. This is the largest span that we need to try and wall off. I suppose we technically have 2 options here. We could go straight across here, but then that means we need to either go here and then down there, or some sort of derivative of the 2. I suppose we could move this wall up to there and go from this block to this block and then down. But I think I'm probably just going to go straight across. But it's going to make the largest and most exposed section of the wall. All these are real funnel points because it means wherever they attack, my crossbows can attack them. And then once we've got our trebuchets set up as well, then, well, we're really going to be in quite a good place. And that's true for really all of these points around the map. The other big problem is going to occur in 53 seconds time, and that is the large wave which is coming for the only stretch that doesn't have a wall on it. Curse my luck. So, we've rallied what we can from the troops. We've got a good number of our little Spartan spearmen, who are definitely my favourite looking unit in the game. They just look so absolutely epic. And we've got our crossbows, and we've even got a few little healers as well, and a couple of useless and pathetic archers in there as well. So, let's go time on, and let's start to prepare and get into position. I'm assuming, given their spawn location on the map, they're probably going to crest basically through this middle point here. So that's where we're going to meet them. We may have to start to make use of some of our extra abilities. Here we go. 6 seconds to go, and then we're going to be going down. Elsewise, obviously, we've been getting all our stone camps set up. We're hopefully going to gather a good chunk of stone while through this wave, if we survive. And then I'm going to have enough to build the epic wall of Evo. That, or at least, is the plan. Looks like it's going to be a double wave then. 2 stacks inbound. We have got archers on the wall if they start to sort of spill over to the left side of this little rock outcrop. It's a little bit concerning. Hopefully they don't come too far over to the right here and go round me on the other side of the pond. That would be most annoying. Okay. Holy crap. Actually, there's a lot of them coming. I am slightly panicked. Oh my god. Okay. We have our spears lined up. They're going to have to do the bulk of the work holding out the front. And then we can just hope that the healers can keep them sort of alive long enough for the archers to really do their work. If nothing else, the big risk is, well, they may start to try and outflank me here in a minute. I'm going to move these guys up here very slightly to try and just get the intercept going on. Move the healers up so they can start to engage over there. Come on, you've got to draw this lot in. You can't let them get through. Oh god almighty. METEOR! Okay, that's effective. We're just going to have to death ray these guys. Or at least the bulk of them. Lines holding out for now. Wow, that METEOR was effective.
They are attacking the walls.
Where's my barracks? Quickly, recruit more men. Let's get these guys down. Transition to the side view. And then you should be able to get round and start to shoot in.
Our troops are under attack.
Open fire! Crossbows! Oh goodness, they've got a little bit close there. Closer than I would like. No, okay, they'll deal with them. The healers are there to keep them up. Looks like our spears are doing okay. A little bit of problems coming down on this side. Let's get these spears thrown in. Let's get some of you back to deal with them. We need to then get you, without selecting all the crossbows, get into there, get into the fight, get into the fight, get into the fight. I hadn't expected to have a two-way fight here. I think they're going to deal with them okay, and it looks like our spears are going to hold out on here in the front, although the wave is still continuing. There's just so many enemies. We really need our healers here to keep our guys up.
Our units are in combat.
Come on, deal with the last few people, please. Okay, right. Let's wheel back round, try and get started in. Looks like our little shield front is holding. We can't really see them probably through the trees, but they are fighting on valiantly. Crossbows still at the back, still getting stuck into the fight. Come on, let's move everyone else back up. We've got more spears coming in. Another healer, let's move him up. It is the next day. And the wave is still continuing. Looks like this is the last bit of it, though. And our crossbows probably have done the bulk of the damage here, but the spear's doing an epic job of holding that line. That's what we wanted. That is what we needed. And there they go. Okay. That, actually, all things considered, went better than I thought it was going to. We actually didn't lose that much. Definitely lost a bit. A couple of these poor spearmen suffered a bit and went down, but actually, by and large, we really didn't do too badly there. So, where does that leave us in terms of the rest of our build? Well, this trebuchet can now go in its tower, and we now have 200 stone. So, do we go for the wall 2, which is really what we want to be doing? We have the iron, we have the wood, so the answer to that is probably yes. It's going to be expensive though, probably more expensive than we can realistically afford in one move. Just going to have to stick the gate in the middle of this forest. It was actually quite expensive in terms of just the gate cost. Oh wow, that wall is expensive. It's shockingly expensive. Okay, we'll have the cheap wall. We'll go that side of the stone because we can actually use that stone, can't we? Okay, we're not going to quite have enough for this side yet. Well, that gives a fair bit of building to get on with. We're then going to have to get multiple towers along this stretch and multiple trebuchets as well, realistically. We might, though, take this opportunity to flog a bit of stuff. We could actually buy stone with wood, couldn't we? Yeah, 300 wood for 100 stone. That would actually be really quite helpful since we're having a bit of a stone crisis. Oh, our trebuchet's been causing trouble, I think. Oh, can you, Mr. Trebuchet, deal with these enemy catapults? That's the most important thing. Because they're going to cause holes in my wall. Shot out! Oh, mostly missed. It looks like the crossbows are deal with it. Okay, nice. Good job. Whoosh. And we've got some actual shards over there we can go and collect at some point as well. Nice. Okay, things are looking pretty good then. How long have we got? We've got 6 days until the next major raid. Hopefully by this point we're going to have this section of wall built. That at least is certainly the plan. And then we can start to get those bits set up. Could do with our Zeppelin coming back with our extra stone would be nice. The farming district is looking pretty good. We've grown that relatively large and that seems to be producing plenty of food for us. And we have a good population surplus. So I suppose we could actually think about starting to recruit some more crossbows. Because they don't actually use stone, so I'm not too worried about that. Yeah. Let's have a bit of crossbow recruitment going on. This trebuchet is still shooting at something that I can't even see. And the Zeppelin is back. Nice. Let's finish off our grand stone wall. Okay, so we're going to have to tower it then, aren't we? Let's have a look then. So probably the first tower over on this end. I'd rather keep it on the back stage of the wall slightly. So we've got one there. One there. And then one up to the gateway. Do we go right next to the gateway? No, a little bit further down. Because actually have people on the gateway, can't we? So then that'll give us our 3 towers on this side. And then we're probably going to have a squat massive tower. Once we can afford it. You know, something like here. But we'll go for a squat tower too. And then that is going to enable us to put a trebuchet here. And then we'll also have a second trebuchet on the other side of the wall. That, guys, is the plan. But looks like we've ran out of stone in one of our stone mines. So let's knock you down. We have got another one right next to it, so we can rebuild there. And we've got the same problem in one of our iron mines. Actually, I'm pretty short on iron. There isn't much around. We've got an iron mine built there. Could go out the gates and build one there. Where's the next nearest iron mine? Ever an iron shortage when you don't need one. There's one over here, but you're going to get attacked by that bandit camp. So probably... Is that gold? Oh. Slight side detour. But yeah, we'll have our second iron mine there. But I'm also going to go grab this gold. Gold! We need gold! Come, little minions. Waddle towards the gold. This is your task in life. I'm glad I put a gate in all my walls now. So these are all going to be the archers who are responsible for manning these sections of the wall. I hope all these sections of the wall are in range of my building huts. Yeah, looks like they are. Okay, let's go and have a look down here. I don't know if there's going to be any enemies here or not. You would assume the gold is going to be defended. But maybe not. Card with gold. And more gold! Lovely. Oh, some stone there as well. Oh, well, that was an enjoyable little trip out. Didn't have to kill anyone. Didn't have to do anything. And we got some gold and stone. Nice. That lumberjacks can come down. It is doing nothing. Is that stone? Oh, that's an iron. It's got an iron mine on it already. Well, that you can safely build the iron mine now. I'm not too worried about that. Let's move the crossbows over. We can also commission some more towers. Start to get them built in. There we go. And then all we've got to commission is our squat towers, and then we've just got to staff them with an absolute boatload of crossbows, and we're good. You can go over there. You're going to be one short, aren't you? Ah, swine. You can go over and accommodate that one. So we're going to need another full stack of crossbows, because I'd rather keep my roaming army, well, you know, roaming, rather than just stacking them all on the walls, although we'll perhaps do a little bit. Oh! Where did he come from? Some undead guy just managed to sneak his way into my walls. How dare he? And there we go. Got a builder going off to finish off the iron mine. Absolutely perfect. Things are looking peachy in Evoland. And actually, we're now fully walled in. There's actually no way now into the base without going through a stage of wall, which is really what we want. And we've still got 75 astral shards, so we can still make things like the meteors, which, let's face it, are really very, very epic. I absolutely love those meteors. The amount of damage they do is just ridiculous. Go and start to equip you on some towers. So these towers are now all equipped. We've got some more people to accommodate on these stuff bits yet, but hey-ho. And we're going to need two big sort of squat towers. I've got one there. I've not got enough stone for the second one yet, but it'll go somewhere like here, and that's where the two trebuchets are going to accommodate. So let's commission two trebuchets. Take one more. You can also go in there, and you, as the extra, should make the 9. Then we've got 9 to go on this last tower here on the end, and that's going to pretty much fully accommodate our walls, bar the 6 guys that we need for that little bit down there. So we're looking pretty good. We've got a couple of days left to go for the next raid. We need more houses, I suppose, actually, because, well, we haven't got very many left. Are all these houses 3? No, some of these can actually just be upgraded. Need more stone again. Darn it. Gosh darn it. Actually, 2 stone for 1 iron, although we don't have much future iron, do we? Let's do a bit of food for stone, since we actually are basically producing a food surplus at quite a staggering rate, which is why I've been getting a bit gung-ho with the old granaries and building an absolute boatload of them. You can see them all down here. These are basically the vast food stores. So we hope no one breaks in, but we can actually use food for trading, and food is probably the only commodity that's infinite, I think. And it never really seems to run out, whereas things like stone and iron are obviously in limited supply, which is why we've like mined out this whole stone and iron face, and we're starting to run out of available iron deposits. So we're going to have to eventually probably use food for trade, to kind of keep us in resources. Or at least that's what I think is going to happen. Move you over there. Move you up down there. What have we got left? Another 8 guys here. Let's take 1 from the army. And there we go. That completes the towers. I suppose we should probably do a 6 in here. 5 and 6. There we go. Now that's that wall, the worst section of the wall, fully manned, bar the 2 trebuchets that have still got to go in. One of them is sort of ready to go, but we still need a little bit more stone before we can really commission that second one. We've got all our stone mines vehemently digging away and taking them to the supply dump, so hopefully before too long that's going to be full, and then we can actually buy our second stout tower. This one here I like because it covers both walls. Trebuchet based efficiency. Though I suppose we could probably grab a guy and go and grab some of this stuff down here, would make sense. But we should probably actually, for some of this stuff, because I think some of this stuff is starting to appear, we should probably think about upgrading our barracks at some point. Oh, there's our stone. Nice. I think our Zeppelin just got back. Oh, no, not 2. Don't want 2 of them. Take that one back. And there we go. Our trebuchet's in position there. It's going to give us enough to get our barracks upgraded. Let's commission that. Because then, actually, we should be able to recruit some cavalry. Because I think Vanguard cavalry become available. And that's going to be pretty interesting for us, I think. A couple of other houses. That's house 3. Oh, that's a 2. That can go up. These are all 3s, I think. Okay. Yeah, and all the rest are just normal, full stack houses. Let's go a little bit on fast forward. 2 days left to go to the next major invasion. So that's going to be interesting. No clue which direction it's going to come from. Probably the one that's got no defenders on it. That's normally how this game seems to like to make me suffer. But we can move people. We can move the Grand Army, and these have got enough people to stack on the walls if it comes to it. We haven't, unfortunately, got enough population until this ticks over to actually recruit more archers. But now there we go. It's ticked over so we can recruit ourselves some more crossbows. Oh, and we've got the horse guys as well. Let's go 5 cavalry. And then let's just stack out some of these, some more archers. At some point, we'll probably have to think about a bit more farming, because that will become a problem again. I suppose we can actually probably squeeze one in, can't we? Well, we could start to upgrade the farms, to be fair, but... yeah, let's squeeze one in here. There we go. We give it a little bit extra room. A little bit more farming. The farming community grows. And I continue to stock up these granaries. Okay, so they're coming from this direction over here. Okay, we just want a semi-manned section of wall. We haven't yet got any stout towers built, though. Let's get a trebuchet built. We're 2 stones short. There's the stone. If I was to put a trebuchet here, do you think that could shoot on both sides of the wall? That is literally the million-dollar question. Let's do it. Let's go there. And I reckon that may be able to cover both sections. And then we could hopefully get the trebuchet to there in time. 2 minutes. It's not a long period of time, it must be said, but it's better than nothing. Let's move the first army over. Because they're probably actually going to come to this wall. It's quite a big divide. It could split to both, but they're probably going to come to this one. So we want to get most of our crossbows over there. So these are onto last horse. And now they're onto crossbows. So let's get the crossbows assigned over there. 2 minutes 20 to go. It doesn't actually give us that long to get organised on the defence here. Actually a little bit tighter than I would have liked. Let's go and get our crossbows into position. At least stack them on some of these towers. Fortunately, they're not tower 2s, only tower 1s. Been a bit cheap on this side of the wall, which, as typically, is always the way that we go and get attacked. Just seems to be the way this game seems to like to make me suffer sometimes. I'm going to start to stick these on the sections of wall, really. I think we need as many defenders on these sections as we can. Okay. Okay, the trebuchet is turning up. Looks like they're going to get this built in time. 54 seconds to go. And we're still recruiting a few more crossbows, which should give us a ground force as well. And if they make a breach in this section of the wall, then hopefully we should be there to kind of try and intercept them as they try and come through. And of course, if we have to, we can always make use of some more meteors, which, to be fair, is a good chance I may do anyway. because they just look absolutely epic. Who doesn't enjoy flinging some meteors at your enemies?
Enemy
Okay,
forces are approaching.
here we go. Is that the last of the recruitment? No, there's one more guy there at the back. Let's assign you as first army. You can get in your tower. Quickly, Mr. Trebuchet, deploy! Bloop. And there we go. Look, his observation distance actually increases from that. He has really good observation distance from here. Looks like we ran out of an iron mine yet again, but we'll deal with that next time. Which side are they going to go? I think it's got to be on this left side here. But we have defenders on the right if they trick me. It would not be the first time I have been fooled thinking that enemies are going to come in a certain direction, and then they either split their forces. Oh, okay, no, here they go. First trebuchet shot is out. Oh, a big impact. Nice job. As the rest of them come in, the crossbows should be firing up here shortly. And there they go, loosing their bolts at the enemy. Okay, getting in good initial damage. Next trebuchet round should be coming in shortly. There it is. Nice, doing absolute work. It's absolutely what we need. Problem is, they are going to reach the walls here very shortly. And here comes the second wave. Oh, some of them are split over here. That's unexpected. Okay, we need to... let's pause. I can't multitask. You need to go round here and get on this tower. Oh, that's quite a few more than I thought. That's not so good. That stone mine is screwed, but I suppose it's actually brought me a little bit of time.
Our people are under attack.
Over here, the walls are under a fair chunk of pressure now. Do we have enough population for bringing over reinforcements?
Our fortifications are under attack. They are attacking our citizens.
Got to get up there quickly. There's actually quite a lot coming down this side. The bulk of the wave is still coming down this side of the wall. Oh god, they're starting to put some pressure on. We are going to have our spears to reinforce though. Okay, are we going to meteor them? Doing it. Doop.
They are attacking the walls.
Oh my god. That is so crazy. That is ridiculous. That is absolutely fantastic. I love it. Well, we certainly did a bit of damage there. The trebuchet is still doing good work here. And as we're getting more reinforcements down, we can start to throw some of these up into the gateway. I think we may end up losing this tower here on this side. To be fair, I'm actually probably going to bring the emergency spearmen around. Actually, I'm going to bring the whole
Our fortifications are under attack.
detachment. I think the right side over here is going to hold. They may get through this breach of corner wall, but it's not going to help them. Whereas here, they are probably going to get through this tower.
They are attacking again.
So we're going to have to make a bit of a hold point here to try and to hold them at ground level. Because look at the amount of stuff we've still got coming. And yeah, look, they've held down that side. Good job, this bit of defense, but we've still got a lot of people here to deal with, and they are still coming.
Our fortifications are under attack.
Try and move these people to a wall as they come. Whoa. Let's close that gateway. What you hear is a response force. Oh, nice. Some of them can start to shoot over. Well, the archers can, at least, anyway. This section of wall here's gone. There goes the tower. Where are these going, you idiots? They're trying to outflank is what they're trying to do. Okay, you can hold in there. Spears to the breach, crossbows to the back. Rest of the guys there shooting. Just try and move these guys back, save some of them out the tower. Yeah, it looks like we're going to hold here with the spearmen, but another section of the wall goes down.
Our units are in combat.
That
Attacking the walls.
was a fairly challenging wave. That did not go quite according to plan. Okay, let's regroup. We have got some repairs to do. Look at the amount of dead bodies we've got wedged up over here. I suppose we might as well repair them with good towers this time. And actually, is what we'll do is stick that slightly forwards and do it like that. So it's got a wall in front of the tower. Probably makes a lot more sense. And actually, we can probably do the same here for quite a small amount of extra wall, we can completely cover that front tower. So to get to the tower, they have to take out the wall first. So it probably makes it quite a bit of a better defensive structure. Okay, let's get that repaired. All things considered, not too bad. We lost some crossbows, a little bit unfortunate. They met their poor death when the tower went down, but all in all, I think we held pretty well there. Can have a little quick play with some of our horsemen. Our little fast dispatch cavalry unit, which is actually going to go out and grab some of these resources over here. But anyway, I think we shall end the video there. We survived 2 waves. Got our city completely walled in now, and this is probably going to be the mode that we're going to continue with. So I think we've got a pretty good setup on this one. I'm actually kind of happy with this one, and I think we're going to be able to give this one a pretty reasonable shot at trying to hold out. Anyway, hopefully you've enjoyed this game. Hopefully you've enjoyed this sort of series. It's been a blast playing this game. I've really enjoyed it. So if you do like it, do give it a like, and of course subscribe to the channel for lots more medieval content. Thanks for watching, guys, and I shall see you all on the next video.